There's lots of juiciness to get into today. But one of the first things I wanted to talk about was you mentioned growing up without any money, bankruptcy, all of the things.
Yeah.
What was your earliest memory of realising that money was a problem?
Ooh. Probably when I was about 6.
So really young.
Yeah, that was when my dad left. And I think obviously then you kind of start painting the story of like, wait, now what do we do? Because, well, obviously early memory, we grew up in a house share. So like when I was born, we didn't have a house. Like my mum would share a kitchen with other people. So it was, obviously I wouldn't have remembered that. But like, then it was council house. Then it was, my dad like put his name on the mortgage to help us get the house and then left. So I think I kind of already started painting the picture of like, oh, I don't think we have a lot of money. Like there was times where we didn't have a car. I'd have to walk or would like get a taxi, whatever it was. Or my mum would like rent a car. And I think I just kind of started joining the dots of like, we don't seem to have like what some other kids maybe have, you know? And then, yeah, I think it just, obviously when you become aware of anything, you then notice it more and more and more. My dad went bankrupt at the time, so I was like,
And how old were you at that point?
I think I was about 8 at this time.
That's wild though, because those ages that you're mentioning are like the prime ages where we start to form our beliefs and see the world as we believe it to be. So do you think those massively affected you as you became teenager, adult, like how you saw the world?
Yeah, I think it triggers all the behaviours that I have now because I still was always dressed really well. Like I was still dressed in like Kenzo dresses or like something that was really nice. Like my mum never let me go without, but I think I started realising like, maybe something's gone on here. Because I felt like there was a disparity in terms of like, why are we maybe not having this, but I feel like I'm like dressed really well or whatever it might be. And I think all that I've seen now is the theme of overcompensating. So when I have the least amount of money, you will see me naturally. It's a cycle that's happened my whole life. I'll overcompensate. I'm more like likely to go, I'll pay for dinner. Can't fucking afford it. Like that theme has gone through my whole life of like mask it. Again, it just felt like money was the core of everything that ever went wrong. Like it's the arguments, it's everything. And it's so weird now because life is so different. My mum has literally just skyrocketed her career and has a huge house and all of this amazing stuff, and it's so nice to see. And my little sister has a completely different upbringing. Like it's so weird to see like the polarity of it. But yeah, I think if anything, I've just always seen like, I don't know how to describe it. Like there's always been that showiness though, if that makes sense. Like
I feel like that's really common though. Do you know?
Yeah.
You just made me think. I'll never forget being, I reckon I was 17, 18, at the petrol station, putting petrol in my little beat up 1 litre Corsa, like...
Oh my God, that was my first car.
I loved my first car, you know? And I was putting a full tank in it because I don't know where I was going. I think I was going to I might have been going to Creamfields, you know?
Oh, stunning.
Yeah, so I was like full tank because it was a long drive for me. And I'll never forget, there was a boy pulled up in a Mercedes, beautiful car, brand spanking new.
Ugh.
And he looked young, like my age, 18. And I remember thinking, how's he got that? He put a tenner in his tank.
Yeah, that was me, but in my Corsa. £5. Like,
but I thought, my first thought was like, wow, he's doing really well for himself. Like, he's got this insane car, but he clearly could only afford to put £10 of petrol in his car.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I had a full tank going off to a festival with my friends for the weekend because, I lived by my means. The car suited my means at the time. So
yeah.
Do you think that's quite common, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really common. And I think people don't I'm really passionate about talking about it now because people don't realise a lot of the shit that you see is masked. Like, the cars are on finance, and finance isn't a bad thing, but I've just got rid of my car. I don't have finance anymore because I'm like, what? Why do I need to drive in this car? Like, why? Like, there's so many other things I could be doing right now than flexing to show everyone that I've got a Mercedes so that I can do a post and go, my business bought me a Mercedes. It's like, no, my business bought me peace of mind. It pays for my mortgage. It means that I can actually go out and see my friends. And I think I've gone through a bit of an ego death with it, but I just think you see so many people where I'm like, oh, no one sees the credit cards, no one sees the finance. You know, you can, but you do Klarna on Selfridges and God knows what nowadays. Like,
insane.
People don't know the backstory, and I think, yeah, I definitely grew up just masking it. Like, I would rather everyone think I was doing okay than not. So even when I was at uni and I got myself into debt, I was like, I mean, I had a scholarship degree, so I should have had no debt. I didn't pay for my degree, and I was on a salary, and I still got myself in debt. And I think, again, it was because I was trying to keep up with everyone that was down there that lived at home, and I couldn't because I had to move to Crawley. And I was like, I need to keep up with these guys. Like, I need to be someone that's got money and that can do all this. But I think more people than we realise overcompensate because they can't actually afford it.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
So
I had I maybe wouldn't say like a full on ego death with it, but definitely a shift with it. I remember before I earned good money, like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And then I'll never forget when my business started doing really, really well, like most amount of money I've ever had in my bank account. And I was in London with my friend. And I've been in Harrods loads. I just like walking around Harrods. And I used to walk around Harrods and be like, oh, like, I wish I could buy that. Like, you know, seeing people buying it. And at this moment, I'm like, fuck now, I can go in and buy anything that I want. I could have bought anything that I wanted. And I was walking around and I was like, I don't want any of this shit.
Because you can.
Yeah, and it was like, it was just a real, like, weird moment. I was like, none of this means anything to me anymore. And what I did instead was I went home and booked for me and my family to go to New York.
Oh,
and, like, to me, that was, like,
yeah,
worth way more than a fucking pair of shoes and a bag. I mean, I've never been that kind of girl anyway, which I think helps. But, yeah, I remember being like, none of this stuff means anything. It has absolutely no value. It adds no value to my life.
No.
But a trip to New York with my family adds loads of value to my life and theirs.
Yeah, I think it's realised, like, everything that I wanted, now I'm like, do I want that for me? Or do I want it to, because people are going to think I'm successful if I have it? Mercedes, everything, like, travelling. Even when I upgraded my flight, it was the best thing I ever did. And, like, it is that thing of, like, when you do it, you want to do it again and again.
That's still on my list.
Yeah, like, it was but that was an experience that when I did do it, I was like, okay, I actually love this for so many other reasons than just posting about it on socials.
Yeah, comfort.
Yeah, oh my God, it's pyjamas. Yeah, I can have whatever I want, but then there's been so many other things. Like, I remember buying a Prada bag in Selfridges and doing the whole post about it, like treats, whatever. I sold it within like 6 weeks of getting it because I was like, do I even like this bag? Like, it goes with nothing. But the thought of getting it was so like, oh my God, I'm going to go to Selfridges, I'm going to get this. And I just think, a lot of us have such a warped view of what success is, and I think until I've met people that have had money, I think it's quite a common theme when you don't have money consistently, you think them things are going to make you feel a certain way, whereas the more people that I've met with money don't have flashy stuff, like, and I'm like when I met my partner now,
and are also actually happy.
Yeah, he was like, why do you need a Mercedes? One of the first things he said to me was like, oh wow, like, why do you drive this? And I was like, oh, I love it. And then I was a bit like, you know, when you kind of watch someone else live their life and I'm like, you've got more money than me and you don't have the things that I have, but you're so much happier, you're safe. I think we don't put enough value on safety in a business because everybody is glamorizing bags, treating this, extending annual leave, and all of that stuff is so good, like extending holidays, whatever. But I've done that and I've realised it doesn't make you feel any type of way. And I always say to my clients now, I'm like, if you can't post this on social media, do you want to do it? Like, if someone says to me, I really want to get this, I'm like, oh, like, why? And I'm like, if you could never tell anyone that you've done this, you couldn't post it anywhere, do you actually want to do this?
Oh, I love that question.
Because most people are like, like, oh yeah, like Bonnie Bloom, not going to dive into her too much. But me and my boyfriend,
don't get me started.
Me and my boyfriend were just like dissecting it last night, and he was like, would she do this if she couldn't film it, no one knew about it, and she couldn't create this like rage bait? Would she still sleep with 1,000 guys? No. Like, so much of what we do is driven by what it looks like, what result we're going to get from it, not actually do we want to do this. And I think I think everyone gets to a stage in business, especially once you've kind of had the first wave of success, where suddenly everything goes into perspective, and you're like, oh, like I don't want to earn anywhere near what I used to think I wanted to earn at all, because I'm like, I don't need that. It's not worth what I'd have to scale the business to get it to that anymore. But
I always say to people who want to start a business who haven't yet, I'm like, get ready to go on the biggest personal development journey of your fucking life.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, it's insane, isn't it? Like, I look back at 2020 me and I'm like, I don't even know who that is. She's a different girl.
Yeah.
It's wild, isn't it? And I just think you've got to... My biggest thing was that you've got to be happy with yourself. There were so many things that I weren't happy with that then you try and... You're just trying to fill a void with all the shit, aren't you?
100%.
That's all you're doing, is filling a void.
Yeah. And I think that when we go back to, like, the childhood side of things, I think that's what I learned over time, because I didn't go without. Like, no matter what, at any stage of life, I didn't go without. But I feel like it was a really nice mask to wear, and it was that shield, so that people can't get past that bit. They can just judge from what they see. And I think all you see now is people do that, and they forget, like, am I happy with myself? Do I like who I am? I had to go through all of that, and I started getting, like, the money that changes your life through network marketing in the past. But all you get taught is attraction marketing, sell the life, like, sell the dream. And then I brought it into the breakthrough, and it's one of my biggest regrets of selling a lifestyle where it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not that it's not real, because it is, and I lived it, but you shouldn't be in business for that anyway. Like, for the handbags or whatever it might be. It's
or get rich quick. It's like, do something that you love and brings you purpose
you've got
and
to
fulfillment.
find fulfillment. Yeah, I think that is the thing. Like, so many of these people, I say these people, just the industry, don't have internal fulfillment. Like, can you just sit and enjoy a chat and a takeaway with your best friends? Or, like, are you so caught up in trying to prove to the world that you're better and you're doing more? Like, I lost my sense of self completely. And now I'm like, I don't care. I don't have a car at the moment. And I've got no desire. Everyone's like, what are you going to get? Like, what are you going to get next? And I'm like, at this stage, I don't know. I need to go through the ego death, and I needed to knock myself off a fat pedestal that I put, like, success on. Because, I think so many people are just unhappy.
Yeah, I can relate. I feel like I still have moments, though, and everyone does, because we spend so much fucking time on social media, though, where I, like, bounce. I have moments where I'm like, do you know what, actually, I love my life, I love my relationship, I love my friends, I love my family. Like, sometimes, do you know what my best Friday night is going to the bedroom, dragging the duvet into the living room.
Oh, stop.
Getting under the duvet, eating snacks and just chatting shit and watching films with Ryan. Like, I am at my happiest then. But then sometimes there's another part, and on my phone, someone's flying first class to Dubai.
Yeah.
Or, like, they're in LA, and I'm like, I mean, would that be more fun than this? It might be more fun than this. And then,
but would it? That's the thing.
But it's like, but that thought does not go through my head until I look at my phone. If
100%.
I'm not looking at my phone, I'm like snuggled up.
We didn't know what existed
happy
before.
as a pig in shit. And then open social media, and it's like, bang.
Yeah.
Something changes in me, and I'm like, I'm a lot better at noticing it. And I think a lot of people need to learn self-awareness a lot more.
100%.
I would just go down a rabbit hole, like, my life's fucking shit.
And then you can't self-regulate again to be like, 1 second.
I'd be like, I work really hard, I work harder than that person, I should be there. I'd get really defensive. And then, like, now I'm able to be like, whoa, okay, Tori, slow down. You were really, really happy 5 minutes ago, eating chocolate, and now you're, you know, riled up. What's going on? And then, like, you almost, like, coach yourself out of it, don't you?
Yeah, I think if social media didn't exist, a lot of people wouldn't do half the stuff that they want to do. Like, I remember talking to my mentor, who's my accountant, because I was like, I don't need a mentor in business. I need a mentor to sort how much I spend. Like, I've always said to my clients, I can make a lot of money, but I can spend a lot. It's not a good trait to have. And I remember saying to her, we were talking about the car situation, and I was like, I only see the inside. So why actually do I care what car I drive? Unless it's for when I get out and I'm hoping people look at it and go, she's and again, I think when you grow up not having money, you become addicted to thinking that those things are going to solve it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't. Like, my banged up Corsa, like, Kev, he was called. Still to this day, like, rest in peace. I had so much fun in that car. Mm-hmm. And I did have fun in the Mercedes. Like, you know, I'm not going to pretend. And this is the thing I don't ever want to say too much against stuff like that because I still crave it. I still might have a nice car in the future or whatever, but I think people need to not chase it.
Doing it for the right reasons, that's what it is.
Yeah, not doing it to prove to anyone.
Yeah, doing it for yourself. I got a new car a few months ago. I did have a BMW. And anyway, my sister was having a birthday party for one of my nieces and I was late, so I was picking up the new car. And when I got there, my dad was like, well, I'm leaving now, you're late. And I was like, oh, I'm really sorry, I had to go pick up my new car. And he went to me, oh, what did you get? Another BMW? Like that to me. I was like, actually, Dad, I bought a fucking Peugeot.
Oh,
and he was like, I was like, yeah.
I really love the new Peugeots.
Yeah, he was like, how do you go from a BMW to a Peugeot? I was like, I'm just that person now, Dad.
But I think you start seeing it. You know when people talk about like real wealth, people just wearing normal t-shirts. You're not seeing them in head-to-toe Louis Vuitton tracksuits. And again, it's people's taste. I'm not here to say what isn't like successful, because if you can afford it, do it. And there was a stage, like, still to this day, I'm like, I could afford to do certain things, but I'm trying to choose not to now because I'm focused on a long game. No one talks about how unpredictable business is.
Oh.
Your income can drop tomorrow. Like, there's only so much, like, longevity and sustainability you can build into a business because you don't know what's going to happen. And I think most people inflate their lifestyle. Like, we get more money, we inflate our lifestyle, money drops, well, fuck, my lifestyle's now at that stage, now what? Mm-hmm. You know, I got to a stage where my bill started with a 4, it was not good. Like, I had to, no matter what, make $4,000 a month just to pay what I needed to pay before I even went and did a food shop, before I even put fuel in the car, because I just took that much out, whether it be finance, mentorship, whatever. And I was like, you're not setting yourself up for success here, because if business falls.
Mm-hmm. And going back to what you said about safety as well, when you feel unsafe, you start acting differently, don't you? Like, I know when I'm in that, you know, like that frantic energy, like you said, fuck, I have to make this much,
to make money.
or whatever. I perform the least best in my business when I'm in that energy. When I'm in the energy of, you know, everything's fine, I'm all good, I will fly, I feel good, I'm happier. When I'm in that frantic energy, I'm probably horrible to live with because I'm like on edge all the time, and I perform shit. My content's not as good, my marketing's not as good. I'm not as excited to do the work because I'm just like, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's true though.
So let's talk about then when you were 19, when you were in your debt, no car, living with 7 people.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that like?
Hell. Oh. I didn't even have a bedroom. It was like, I don't know how, well, I did have a bedroom because there's a bed in a room, but so I'd moved like, so I'd moved into like a gorgeous flat when I first moved there. That was great. Lived with another girl, then couldn't really afford it. Moved in with somebody else from Nestlé, but then I got with an abusive boyfriend. So he like smashed through the window and I was like, I can't, like someone that I work with literally lives with us, for God's sake. He smashed my car at the same time. It was all fun and games. I feel like I just repeated what I saw growing up. And I was like, I need to change this, I think. Then I got myself into debt. So I'd moved again. Well, I sofa surfed for a little bit. Just with people that I could. Like, there was 2 guys from Nestlé. Loved them so much. They were on my scheme. And he was like, oh, just take, like, Ali's room whilst he's away. And I had, like, my chest of drawers in my car, in the Corsa. And, I just lived there for free. And then I lived with another girl called Halima. She was amazing. Her and her sister, because they had a house. Got to stay there for like a couple of weeks. Then I was like, I actually need to find somewhere to live. And the only place was like, it was about 45 minutes out of where I worked. And like I said, there was so many people. So it was like a house had been converted, but my room was in the corridor. So like where the front door was, there was then like a door, and my room was just kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it fit like a small wardrobe and a chest of drawers at the end, but it was like, yeah, it was basically in the kitchen as well. It was like just, the stairs were there, the kitchen was there. It was not great. And yeah, I just remember thinking like, oh, fuck, I've got this job, because I didn't actually get the job at Nestlé when I first got it. I fought so hard to then get on the scheme. I was like, why have I done this? I'm broke. I literally could have just lived at home. Like, I was in a shitty relationship at the time. And then my car broke. So at this point, I'm living like 45 minutes out, because I've had to. And it was rough. It was really rough. Like, when I used to have to get the bus, you'd be terrified. But yeah, it got to that stage where I was like, great, now what? Like, shit's just going wrong, basically. So
how did you get through it? What got you through it?
So it was a funny story because it was just so random. But there was a lady called Andrea that lived upstairs. And like I said, it was very male. There's a lot of men that lived there, and I was a bit like, so I kind of found comfort in Andrea. She was maybe like 20 years older than me, and just the most gorgeous human ever. And she taught me about law of attraction and like crystals. And the first thing,
that's how you learn about it.
Yeah. She basically said to me like, "Are you an Aquarius?" And I was like, "Yeah." And from that moment, yeah, I was just kind of like, "You seem like a great." Do you know what I mean? Like, you seem like someone that I felt seen. I felt like someone kind of looked after me. And then, yeah, before we knew it, we just used to go and walk and sit in the park. And at this point, I think I'd had my car when we first met, because I used to drive us to like the gym or like the shop. And then when I lost my car and that got taken away, that's when I then discovered reading, because my journey was like 50 minutes. So I was always the first stop. So I was, you know, them like one seats at the front of the bus that's like where you basically sat with the driver. I always used to sit there because I could sit on my own, read personal development, and then that's where my whole network marketing journey, I was like, there's another fucking way. Like, there's another way. I don't have to be carless and live with 7 people and da-da-da-da. And I just got addicted to personal development. I would be like on calls at work, or like I'd be looking like I'm working, but in my headphones there'd be like trainings going on.
Yeah.
Because it just became an addiction, because I was like, there's a way out here. But it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for her.
I love that. Do you know what? I have a person like that. And do you know what? I keep saying I need to message him. When you leave, I'm going to do it.
Do it.
He was like my work dad. I fucking loved... Oh, I miss him so much. And I was young, to be fair, though, at this point, I reckon. When I started that, I think I was 19. And I was negative Nelly. I hated life. If you told me to smile, I'd be like, why? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
got nothing to smile about.
You're like, what? And he always used to say to me about the law of attraction. I'd be like, you're off your tits, mate. That's not life. That ain't how it works. Like, I'm not interested. Fuck off. And he kept going with me. And one day I was like, you know what, sod it. Everyone's talking about this manifestation thing.
Let me have a look.
I just want to look. And I look. And do you know who Noor Hibbert is?
Yeah.
Yeah. It then popped up as an ad on Facebook. She was doing like a manifestation challenge. And I was like, it's free.
On YouTube?
No, it was in a Facebook group.
Oh, I was going to say, because then I joined her JFDI after it.
Oh, yeah, but I think she does it quite a lot, or she did at the time. This was obviously about 5 years ago. I was like, it's free. I've got nothing to lose. And the first day, it was like you had to ask the universe for a gift, but you had to speak it out loud.
Yeah. Was it like a sign?
No, it was like a gift.
Oh, okay.
Within 24 hours, but you had to speak it out loud, right? I felt like a moron. I was in my flat and I was like, universe, I expect a gift within 24 hours. I don't know where it came from, but I won like 350 quid within those 24 hours. Bearing in mind at the time, me and Ryan were on a mortgage holiday because Ryan lost his job.
I remember connecting with you over that story years ago.
So £350 at the time was like, fuck, like that's
going to help.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Like weeks and weeks and weeks of food shopping. And then that was it. I remember telling Richard, I was like, Richard, I did this thing. And like, I don't know if it was a coincidence. Like, I was still so sceptical.
Yeah.
But he was like, read this book, do this, do that. And yeah, I feel like Richard was like he was supposed to be in my life, 100%.
Yeah. And
like just helped push me
in
the right direction. Like I was like 19, 20, still a baby. Like you think you're so grown up then, don't you? But I was like a baby. And yeah, it just changed and then became like you. It was like, what's the next book?
Yeah,
or,
it does become an addiction, I think, when you see that it didn't work for me for a long time, but like there was hope. I feel like you hit a place, don't you, sometimes where it's like, anything is better than this, so let me just give it a go.
100%.
Like, I'll just try.
Like, nothing to lose. Same as you at that point. What did you have to lose?
Literally a bedroom in a corridor. Didn't have my car anyway.
Yeah.
Couldn't get home. I had to then get the megabus if I wanted to go home. It was one of them where it was just like, it's not going to get that much worse, is it?
Exactly.
And then it didn't. Got better, so.
So do you think like the rock bottom moment actually was your blessing in disguise?
100%. Yeah. The breakthrough used to be from breaking point to breakthrough. For that reason. Like, I felt like I was at the rock bottom, abusive relationships, no money, didn't enjoy my job, was 5 hours away from home with not really a way to get home now. And it was really, how my car got taken off me was so embarrassing. I basically broke down and everything went out my steering. I was driving at like 60 miles an hour. I literally thought, I'm going to die, because I was close to a roundabout. And then managed to somehow just like slow my car down with the handbrake. A few of the lads that I knew came out from Nestlé and like pushed the car down. Nestlé's at this point where it was a full glass building. Everyone can see what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Like,
excellent.
Yeah. And people are driving Mercedes here. Like people, there's people on a lot more money than me. I'm like a degree apprentice. And they pushed it into this space, and the security guy was like, you can't park there. It was like that bloody TikTok. I was like, you can't park there. Because it was the VIP spot. So if at the time the CEO was a lady, if she got dropped in or if she parked there, that was...
What a way, though, to make you feel even more shit about... You can't park there, it's the VIP spot.
Yeah, and I was like...
you're this poor young girl, clearly in a very stressful situation.
It was like, you literally can't park there. So I literally was like, I need to get this car out of here. There's no chance I could fix it. So the guy let me leave it there overnight, and then I just had to ring a scrap man, and I was like, please, I can't drive this off. They need it out of the space. So I rang a couple scrap people, and I was like, right, let me just see what I can get for it. And I got 30 quid. So, yeah. And there was a pan in there as well. And there's an ongoing joke that the pan that was in there was probably worth more in scrap metal than the bloody car. Like, that's what the £30 was probably for.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, and then it just literally got put on the back of a lorry. And again, like, you can see it from inside. So I'll never forget the day of, like, my car's gone, like, and I have no way that... And I just paid for an MOT. This is probably not something I should admit, but one of the guys was not dodgy, but he lived in the flat, and I was like, please, can you just help me pass my MOT? Because I had no money. Like, I knew my car was probably going to break at some point, but I was like, please. And even then I thought, as if I've just paid, like, to have the MOT done, and, like, it's actually dangerous. Like, my car, I didn't know it was that bad. So, yeah, I got £30, went straight to... whatever the place was called, like the bus company, got a bus pass. And then I had to get the bus home. And then, yeah. But to this day, it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I found law of attraction, I found personal development. I used that like 30, 40 minutes, sometimes 50, sometimes an hour, every morning to read.
Bonus time
to I was just
work
like,
on yourself.
Can't do anything else. So, yeah, and then found out marketing, and yeah, I mean, that was a journey in itself, but...
I'm sure. But I want to quickly ask you about Nestlé, because you said you were originally rejected, so talk about that.
So, I applied, like, got through to the assessment centre, so you're there with, like, 20 other people, and you've just got people sat on the outside of the room, like, whilst you talk, whilst you do your interview. I had to do a presentation and pitch a new product for Nestlé as well. And then you've got, like, lots of group activities that you're getting monitored on. And... I found out, like, I can't remember what it was. I think there was just stronger people. Like, that's what they said to me. Like, there was just some stronger candidates. Like, no problem, but I had my heart set on it. At this point, I was like, well, fuck that, I'm not going to uni now. So, I'd already found money. Like, I worked at Sainsbury's. I'd worked from 15 anyway, and then got a job at Sainsbury's. I was addicted to money. So, I was like, well, I'm not going to uni. Either way, like, I'll go to uni through Nestlé, or I'm not going to do it, and I'll just work and make some money. And then I got a phone call, and they were like, yeah, sorry, you've not... like, got the job, and I was just like... My psychology teacher was like, well, we knew you weren't going to get it anyway. And I was like, what? Yeah, you're just like, okay, kind of thing. Brilliant. And then they rang me back and was like, look, the academy didn't want you, but they, you weren't good enough for that programme. But someone in that room was like, if you're not going to have her, I'll have her. If you guys don't want her, I'll have her. So they offered me a job, and it was like a business executive. It was like an admin assistant, but I was still doing my A-levels at this point. So I was like, what do I do here? Because I want this job, but I'm still in school, technically, like I'm doing my A-levels. And luckily, like just the day it's crossed over where I kind of negotiated with them, because it was kind of part-time, that just over. So I would take holiday to go and do my A-level exam and then go back, kind of thing. So I managed to kind of like work there over summer and got myself in. Like, I got flown to Dublin quite early on by the guy that was like, if you're not having her, I'm having her. And I got to go to like these business meetings, and I was like, okay, I think I really like it here. So I just emailed the head of the academy, and I was like, long shot, but like, I now work here. I really do still want to go on this program. Is there like any room to have me? Didn't hear back, and then on results day I randomly had an email, and it was like, can you come for a chat? And I was like, And he was like, what did you get in your A-level results? So I told him. And I think at that moment he was like, do you know what? You've worked here and you've gone and done your A-levels. And I'd done okay. And he was like, do you want to move to Gatwick in 2 weeks? And I was thinking, fuck, like I was 18. I was thinking, oh my God, I was in a relationship as well at this point. We didn't last because I was like, I'm moving away. I rang my mum. My mum's in Ibiza at this point. She's just sobbing down the phone, and I'm like, Mum, I need to move to Gatwick. So she got back off holiday, drove me all the way down. We found a flat, sorted in 2 weeks, and then I moved there. So it was quite like fast, but I am just someone like, I will not assume a door is locked if it's closed.
I was just about to say the biggest thing I'm taking away from that is just ask.
Yeah.
The worst thing that would have happened to you is what?
No. But I've got a job now anyway. And
yeah.
Yes, it's only like, it was only temporary. But I know how to network. So, like, I was like, I know I can make this work. If not, I'll find a job. Might just not get a degree, but I'll get a job.
But imagine if you never asked.
I know. And this is the thing. I think so many people assume it's locked. Like, just because the door's closed doesn't mean it's locked. You might just need to knock on it. You might just need to try open it. And yeah, I've just always been that person, though. Like, there's got to be another way. And obviously the other way was that I had to go... Because you had 6 in York, 6 in Gatwick. So I applied for the York one.
Right.
But I ended up getting sent down to head office anyway. And I got to experience that. Like, yeah, it was probably the worst years of my life. But it was an experience.
Made you who you are, though.
Exactly. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that, so.
So how did network marketing come into play then?
I think it was quite early on anyway. Like, bad financial management. Like, I was learning how to pay rent and, like, stuff, which I'd never done before. I was 18. I was kind of like, ooh, wow, I've got money. I slowly started having no money very fast. And I was just like, there must be something else. Someone messaged me on Instagram, like, the typical paragraph, like, hey, girl, love your profile. Like, I think you'd be really great at what we do. So I joined a company called New Skin at the time. And then, it was just, I didn't really give a shit. It was, like, hope, again, of, like, oh, my God, these people are making, like, a disgusting amount of money. Like, this is great. And it was just a great place. Like, again, it kind of, like, heightened and reinforced personal development and all that kind of stuff. Because, you know, network marketing's huge on it. And I still think it's a great concept. It's just not for me. And then before that, then I just kind of, like, did okay in New Skin. Went to Marbella twice for, like, the conventions and stuff. But started putting way more money in than I probably got back. And that definitely contributed to me getting in debt. Because, again, I'm trying to prove to everyone I've got more money than I have. Because you're selling a lifestyle. And then moved into what then was the travel business, which allowed me to quit Nestlé.
You were quite successful in the travel business then?
Yeah, it was fast, very fast success. And I could have carried it. Like, I closed my account, I think it was only about 8 months ago. I was still earning in it. But I was just like, this just doesn't feel right. I've not actively shown up in this. So I just was like...
Was you one of the firsts with the travel?
Not first, there's people,
early.
but I'm aggressive. Like, if I want something, I will get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like because I learned so much at Nestlé, that just being a human, I was like, I can see why people are doing network marketing so wrong.
You can connect with people.
Yeah. So it was quite fast. I went from, like, what was, like, 1-star director, which was, like, you guaranteed £1,000 a month in 4 months. So at this point, I'm like, fucking brilliant. I'd just flown to Orlando for convention and stuff, and people were starting to notice me. And I was like... I'm like someone that's made it now. And then I just think, unfortunately, like with network marketing, it's so accessible, anyone can do it, which is amazing. I couldn't cope with the fact that some people were being sold a dream, and I just knew in the pit of my stomach, like,
that's
you're not going to make it. Yeah. And that sounds so horrible, but I'm like, I am not earning off you. I can't do it.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're going to say. That's what I was just about to say. I love how it's a business opportunity that anybody could start with pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
But it gets to a point where I think people who, when a new MLM starts...
Everyone jumps.
Everyone that does it the earliest are the ones that win.
Yeah.
And then it gets to a point where obviously your pool of leads is getting smaller because more and more people are joining. And then I feel like a lot of people switch to the tactic of targeting the vulnerable. Oh, you're a single mum. You need extra money. And then they're almost like emotionally sold a dream that isn't achievable for them. Because, they are a single mum. They're struggling. They're busy. They're run ragged. They haven't got time to even think about anything.
And you're telling them they can earn an extra how would that extra £2,000 a month be for you?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, join.
Yeah,
and it's
you've
like,
only got to work like an hour a day, and again,
it's bullshit.
Not the reality.
I was up at 5 a.m. I was doing it around my corporate job. I was burning myself out. I ended up in hospital, and someone in the business actually messaged me a really horrible message, because we decided to like create our own little team because I was sick of the culture as well. I think it's one of them things. There's no pre-vetting situation.
I've someone I know close to me is in the travel business. I've seen the group chats.
Oh my god, it's awful.
The way they're spoken to, the things that they're told to do, the lack of support that they get, and I was like,
yeah,
it was horrific. I was like, why are you doing this?
It shows you as well. Don't get me wrong, there's some people that really care.
Yeah.
There are some people that care. And again, because it opens up to everyone, you're going to get the horrible people in there as well, because there's no like pre-vet situation of anything. But I think even when I kind of started leaving the business anyway, I think I was 6 away from the next promotion, which was huge. And like, as in 6 people in your organisation. And I just remember it got to the stage I was just like, I just don't think I'm cut for this. Like, I don't want to be known for it either. Like, people say to me now, like with my network, people ask me all the time, like, come back. Like, you're such an idiot to not do this now. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to do that to my network. Like, some people will make it. It's like anything. And people will say, like, it's about how hard you work. It is, and so is any business, but there are certain things that are going to aid whether you are success. I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to shit on network marketing, and if anyone does listen to this and you're in network marketing, I think it's a great concept. I think for me, it's just my passion ran way deeper than that.
Yeah.
I want to get to know everyone. I don't want to be put on a pedestal. Like, being put on stage is like the golden... That stuff, it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh my God, that's her. She's like this big in the business. It's like, yeah, because all of you guys pay. It just got to the stage I was like, the wrong people can get put on a pedestal very fast.
Yeah, I can definitely see. So what made you transition then into Breakthrough Society?
It was just a quotes page.
Love that.
That's all it was. I knew at this point, like, I loved my team. I was delivering training to like 200, 1,000 people at times. Like, the team was growing. I loved training. I loved coaching. Obviously, I had the experience from Nestlé. I had the experience. I've done other businesses as well. Like, there's a whole story. I had a lash business with my friend that we were trying to create at one point. There was loads of different things at that point. And I was just like, I'm really passionate about just helping women. Just know it's possible kind of thing. So it was a quotes page for probably like the first 8 months. That's how I grew the Breakthrough. It was just quotes. It was like positive reminders. And then I was like, I'm really interested in actually coaching people. So I became a life coach. So did NLP, was like, just want to help people with their lives. I'm not cut out for life coaching. I have no ability to detach from what is going on with people's lives. I was like getting off call in tears. And I remember saying to my ex at the time, I'm going to pay for that girl's driving lessons. And he was like, no, you're fucking not. That's not your job. And at that point I was like, yeah, I think this isn't going to work out for me. Like, I got so emotionally attached to people. And I was only charging £10 a session at this point. Like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, £10 a session. I think the most I put it up to was like 250. But the Breakthrough got demand for coaching before. It was, I didn't create the supply and try and build the demand. The demand was there, and then I kind of was like, I need to bring something out. And then, yeah, I just ended up trialing it more business-led. But on the side, I was doing social media audits for a tenner. Like, I was like, I just need something on the side. And I think at this point I knew network marketing. I just quit my job for it. But I still kind of knew I don't think it's going to be my long-term path. And then, yeah, I just went back to it, did my own training, invested, I think it was $7,500 that I didn't have, into mentorship, and like just started to learn the roles. But then I kind of had to go back to like, what's my thing going to be though? Because at this point it was like laptop lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah.
And I played into that. I'm not even going to pretend. I was a horrendous culprit for glamorizing, being on the beach with your laptop in sales, like, because of the era. But yeah, it was kind of like life coaching, quotes page, helping people, and then transitioned back to business. And kind of everything that I just learned through network marketing, through other businesses, through Nestlé.
It's kind of like, who did I say this to yesterday at the event? She's kind of in this position where she knows what she wants to do.
Yeah.
Oh, but I need to do this first, and then, what if this happens? So I need to make sure I've got this. And I said, no, what you need to do is just take step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And I said it will be messy, it will be chaotic, but you will figure it out. I always say to people, the more that meme, the more you fuck around, the more you find out. And that sounds like, to me, that's kind of what you did.
Yeah.
You were like, let's see what this does, how this feels, how this goes, and it's brought you here to where you are. And like, I bet in the moment, because that's what I was like as well, I kind of started by accident.
Yeah.
In the moment, it feels like, I have no idea what I'm doing, this is pointless, I'm going around in circles, like I don't get what I'm doing. But then hindsight is a wonderful thing, isn't it? I look back and I'm like, I only know how to be good at this now because
I fucked up.
I was going around in circles for
100%.
about a year on it there. And
Yeah.
like, people say to me now, they're like, how the hell did you get here? And I'm like, it's just probably...
There's no roadmap.
Yeah.
And don't follow mine because it will send you down 3 dead ends.
Yeah, just... What's the first thing that you could do? What's the next thing that you could do?
And I think this is the problem. People think they need to have it figured out. Like, I had a manifestation academy because, again, I was addicted to law of attraction and manifestation.
I think I remember those days,
it was like
actually.
£40. But that was my first ever, like, £5,000. I was like, people want this. Like, people clearly, like, want this. And I learned how to build courses, and then I learned how to create products. But I think, God, now, if I brought out a manifest academy, people would go, that is so not breakthrough coded. It's not what I'm known for now. But you have to just fuck around and find out. Like, there's been so many other things since. Like, now I have a content studio. That was the biggest example of fuck around and find out and get it up really wrong for like 6 months.
I love that.
But I think that's the thing in business. Everyone's hoping that there's this like roadmap and this rule book that if you do this and then you do this, it's like a formula, and then you get this result. You don't know. You're not going to know what you love.
No. I mean, yeah, there's definitely steps and things that you need to do and you have to do. But yeah, like you said, it's not just like a 1, 2, 3 guaranteed this.
Yeah.
It's like, and like it takes you different amounts of time to master different things, doesn't
100%.
it? Like, I was always really good at social media. So social media for me, it was like nailed straight away.
Yeah.
But then creating offers, the amount of offers that I made that people were just like, don't really want that. They wanted to work with me, they just didn't want to buy the thing that I had. So I had to learn how to be like, well, what do these people actually want from me?
Yeah, exactly. And like listen to them, because I think the worst thing that happens is people assume. And this is the one thing people do.
That's what I did massively wrong.
Everyone does at the beginning of their business, because you're like, right, I want to create this product, and people get really fixated on the product. I'm like, fuck the product. What does your audience need? Like, business works on such a simple thing as supply and demand. If there's a demand for it and you can create the supply, you have a business. If you create something and there's no demand, you've got something you're really passionate about, probably really emotionally attached to you now, that is going to ruin your self-esteem because you've not asked people. Like, I'm so big on market research. I wouldn't have had a mastermind without it. I did 30 calls with people of like, do you think this is what you would want? Like, I'm just curious. Like, you seem like an ideal client. I didn't sell to any of them, but I was like, I need to know what I'm creating. Because it's so hard, and you'll get this with clients in your world. I can only imagine where it's like, it's just not selling. And I'm like, people obviously either don't understand what it is, like what transformation they're going to get, or they don't need it. And they want it without all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's so hard in business because people are selling rule books of like, if you do this and this and this, you will get this. And it's like, yeah, there are strategies. I literally teach strategy, but it still has a sprinkle of like, you're not going to know the full answer to your ideal client until you have a client. Like, you can only build out like your ideal client to an extent before you have one. Then you're like, yeah, that part's not my ideal client. I actually want to work with this person.
Really easy to forget as well when you've been doing something for a while and you are really passionate about it, what other people don't know as well. Like, sometimes I have calls with clients and they're like, oh, I'm really stuck on this thing. And I'm like, oh, really?
And it's your bread and butter, so you're like, I forget people don't know this.
Yeah. What's it called? It's the curse of knowledge. That's what it's called. You forget what it's like to... Because you can't unlearn something that you've learned.
No.
So it's second nature to you. But to somebody else, it's like mind-blowing. Like, sometimes I'll say something dead simple and somebody's like, that's amazing.
Yeah, it blows
I'm
their
like,
mind. You're like,
is it?
Wait, what? Yeah, no, I get that. I do.
I love it. So you're also quite vocal about the BS in the online space.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we both
Bit
are.
too vocal, but...
Yeah. What's something you think you need more people to hear right now in terms of... I mean, we were talking about this earlier. We go online, Oh, the bullshit. What do you think people need to hear, know, understand?
I'd say it's so simple, this, but I think it's the advice that most people would be able to take, is that, like, you have no idea. You think you do, but you have no idea what's going on behind that thing. And I've spoken about it. So many other people have. Like, I will be going through shit. You're not going to know. But then I'm like, this paints the worst picture for people. Like, now I'm so vocal with it. And I'm like, I'll tell you, this has gone wrong. This launch didn't work. This flopped. Because I think we've got to a stage where it feels like there's no room for, like, any error. And if there's, like, one little thing of error where it's like, this isn't working, I'm not cut out for this. Mm-hmm. And then before you know it, you're just seeing everyone else that looks like they're doing stuff. And it's like that thing, like, you're comparing something, like, someone will say, I've made $6,000 in 6 hours, and it's like, I'm not doing that. It's like, no, you know what, they've failed for the past 10 years, though. Like, I think there's just no context, and I think people take stuff.
That's it, context,
yeah.
100%. Like, I said it to you earlier, didn't I, when me and Lauren had $5,000 worth of invoices paid in a day.
And you can say it's a $5,000 day.
Yeah, but it wasn't a $5,000 day. Those clients are on monthly retainers. That's $5,000 for the month for me and Lauren between us. But I guarantee, we could have gone on social media and been like, it was a $5,000 day, and have 10 people in our inbox wanting to pay us, but
they're paying you for the wrong reason.
But it's not true. Yeah. So we are, how do you stay in your own lane when the noise is all going on?
I had to go through, like, a blinker. And, like, I know that's such an easy thing to be like, just get your blinkers on. But, like, I was really angry at the industry for most of this year. There's so much shit. I got to the stage, I messaged my friend and I was like, is there any jobs going where you are? And I'm making good money at this point. And I'm like, I just would rather not exist in this, because this is chaos. And I think I got to the stage where I was like, but I have the opportunity to change it. So either you get pissed off, what's that doing? Like, you know when people feel guilty or they get pissed off, I'm like, it's not productive. You're just making yourself feel shit. I think I kind of went through that, and then I was like, right, I either consume that and I make it mean something. I had to have a few tough conversations. I called a few people out. I got to the stage where I was like, I value you. It's not sitting right with me. I just want you to know I'm not, you know. Or if I used my shit got copied, I can only assume, because I know you kind of, like, went through a moment where you grew really big. Your shit gets copied.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and it's frustrating. And even when it's people that kind of, like, shouldn't be doing that to you, are doing it and pretending they don't know. And it's like, I fucking see what you're doing.
Do you know what? It's actually never bothered me.
Does it not?
It like, a lot of things bother me.
Yeah.
But that, I found it funny. I used to be like, come on, catch up.
Because you're always one step ahead, I guess.
Yeah, like, you can't do it until I've done it. So,
yeah.
Come catch me up. I saw it as like a game.
Yeah. And I guess that just says how strong your mindset was, whereas mine was really, like, battered. And I think I just got to a stage where it triggered me. I know I remember sitting with my cousin and I was like, why is this triggering me so much? And it was probably because I wasn't in a good place. Like, I was going through an ego death as well. So I was a little bit like, oh, like, you're lying. I think I struggle when I know people are lying, or when I know things are not the truth.
Mm-hmm. That gets me.
Don't get me wrong, I get it. Like, people will glamorize things. I've done that in the past where, like, a day will have been a good day, but then, like, there's a huge post about it, and then talk about it for the next week. I forget to tell people the next day was probably shit. Or, like, a client didn't pay me and it's overdue and it's caused me a big cash flow problem or whatever. But I think it does. I think you can literally control what you consume. Like, you can control it. And I was just giving energy to everything where I was like, that's not going to grow my business, getting pissed off and hoping that other people realise that's not true. Because I feel like it's genuinely like drinking poison yourself and hoping the other person's going to suffer. And it's like, they're going to keep doing what they're doing. Like, you either get pissed off by it or you just crack on. Mm-hmm. And that gave me my second wind of, like, in business again. Because I think I'd never want to be someone works with me and they're like, yeah, she wasn't what she said she was. She didn't give what she promised. And because I hear so much of that in the industry, it's just like, I don't know, I kind of was like, I don't want to be part of this pool of people anymore.
I literally, honestly, I went through the same thing. I said to Ryan, I was like, I don't think I want to be a coach anymore. I don't want to be associated as a coach because
the coaching industry,
because it's horrible. I don't like it. I hated what it had become.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I shifted to now me and Lauren doing paid ads. It's
Yes.
almost like we're like the service providers now. We still coach people, we still have our membership and stuff, but I didn't want to be known as just the coach. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I hated it. Honestly, it really got me. I nearly burnt my business down as well. Like I said to Ryan, I don't want to do any of it anymore. And he was like, what are you going to do? I was like, I'll build my personal brand. Like the podcast idea was in the works. I was like, I'm going to do that. I said, I cannot be in this industry anymore. And then like you kind of took yourself out and was like, no, I can still be in it and I can be the good part of it and the change in it.
This is the thing. And I think it can be really hard. When you're in business on your own, you don't have that many people to turn to either. And you're getting annoyed by everything. And I got really triggered this year and I was just like, I didn't like it. And then I thought, but like you said, I can change that there. I don't have to be like everyone else. And it's not me putting myself on a pedestal. Like, I'm not like anyone else. But I think there's just a lot. We're dealing with people. And I think in business, people forget you're dealing with human beings, not just your paycheck. Like, you're dealing with them wanting a result from you and working with you.
It's their life.
It's a responsibility. I don't think people realise the responsibility. Like, someone is paying you money. And since when has $5,000 a month become like, that's normal. It's not. It's a huge thing. But I think people are just like, oh yeah, I'll charge $5,000, $10,000, $30,000, whatever. That's a responsibility. You still have a service to fulfill.
It's entitlement, isn't it? What I feel like these days, we live in a culture where people feel like they are entitled to the biggest with the bare minimum.
Yeah, it's like, I'll make $10,000 a month, but I'll show up once a month on a call and. You have to pre-submit your questions so that and that's where the boundary side of it. I think that's the one thing that I'll end on that point is boundaries are so important for your own peace. But I think it's got to the stage where it's like
extreme. You
still have to provide a service. You're telling me if my client messages me at 10 o'clock, I have boundaries. I tell them they can message me whenever they want. I'll reply when I can. I'm in my working hours. If I see it pop up on my phone and a client is going through a crisis, I'll let them know I've seen it, but I don't want to fuel it. I'll be like, I'm coming back to this in the morning, just want you to know, I'm going to take it away and I'll be with you. But I wouldn't be like, you shouldn't be messaging me at this time. And I think we've created a culture where, again, it's like, we'll collect the payment, but we won't give you what you've actually come for because of boundaries. And I think, it's just...
Like you said, you've got to protect your peace, but you've also got to hold up your end of the frigging bargain, basically. Like you said, I've had it before. I'm very good... especially weekends, I'm like,
it's my time.
I used to be awful, but equally I have been on the phone with a client on a 10 o'clock on a Sunday night before where they are in such a bad space that I'm like, I just 10 minutes on the phone just to calm them down and catch up tomorrow just to make them feel better. But
I think it's your duty.
I feel like a lot of things though, we've gone from being same as like mental health. It's gone from being like quite taboo, not really spoken about, kind of brushed under the carpet, to now I think it got to a good place where we were open about it, but now it's kind of then gone a bit too far where it's almost like the excuse for everything, a reason for everything. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I know mental health is real. I've been there.
I get you.
It is real, it is valid, anxiety, all of it. But I also think it's a part of the human experience. I get anxious all the fucking time.
Me too.
I was anxious driving to Liverpool. I was saying to you, I hate driving places that I don't know. I have anxiety in the car. I'm like, I'm going to miss my turn. That shit like that makes me anxious. It doesn't stop me doing it.
No. It's kind of doing it in the pursuit of, like, feeling the fear and doing it anyway kind of thing.
Yeah, and I just think it's such a valid, normal human emotion that has just been really, like... I don't know what the right word is for it, because like I said, it's valid, but it's almost gone a bit too far. And
it's lost its severity as well.
Like you say with the boundaries as well, it's just like we've gone from maybe having fuck all boundaries to getting better and kind of having this happy medium to then being like, everything is just like, no, my boundaries,
protect my
boundaries.
energy.
Yeah, and it's just like...
Yeah. But we spoke about this, didn't we, before the podcast even went live? No one's success story starts from, I had really solid boundaries at the beginning. It's like I charged fuck all and I over-delivered consistently to build my business. But then people, and I think this is where it's warped now, people think that you can just wake up, charge whatever you want, have massive boundaries, your clients will get it, and you'll have a successful business. retention is so important.
Oh,
And people forget that. All people teach is acquisition. How to get clients, how to land clients, how to land clients. Well, guess what? You only need to do that a couple of times, because if you're really good at what you do, they're going to retain.
First thing me and Lauren ask new potential clients, the question is, what's your lifetime value
Yeah, love that.
of your clients? And if they're like, if they say they don't know, we're like, go away and look and come back.
Yeah, lean into the evidence.
Yeah, like we're no point going any further. And if they do and it's bad, we're like, we're going to fix that first. And then do it. Other people know what it is. It's fantastic. We're like, you're ready to go. Because it's like, otherwise, you're chasing, and like it all just losing. And that, I think I learnt that quite early on, because I've always done membership. So I've always looked at like churn rate and stuff. But yeah, it's just big shifts happening at the minute, isn't there?
100%.
But it's going to be a good thing.
Excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. Like you said, I feel like we both went through the same phase where we're like, I hate the world. Like, they're all arseholes. And now it's like, and this actually is going to be a good thing.
I was nearly like, Nestlé, can I have my job back, please? I know I've said, like, I sat my boss and I've quit the corporate world, but it does, I think, and that's one thing I want to get across, like, we're in this space where we're navigating this shift as well. So it can feel like 101 emotions. I don't know if you feel it. Like, it's so positive, but then there are the moments where you're annoyed.
Scary.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, like, I don't want coaching to ever have a downfall. Coaching's an amazing thing. I'm more of a mentor. I'm not very good at guiding the answer. I'll just tell you what you need to know. But, like, the industry can be so magical and it can be so amazing as long as you play the role of it. It's like anything. But, yeah.
So, last question then to finish it up.
Yeah.
Anyone who's in a bad relationship, a situationship, shit job, maybe just lost their job, wants to start a business, maybe wants to go off and start something different, you know, just in that space where you were like, what the fuck is going on? What would you say to them right now?
Take the first step. Like, imagine that you are trying to cross a river. Don't try and have step 8 and 9 figured out. And also don't invest in somebody that's going to help you get from 8 to 9. Like, this is what a lot of people do. Look at what is the next step, first of all. Is it just creating the Instagram account? Is it just networking and finding people that can help you? More people will help you for free than you realise, as long as you're a good person too. But, like, you've got to find out what is that next step, you know? I think...
A lot of people focus on the 5-year plan, don't they? And, like, 5-year mark. It's like, no. There's...
Yeah.
You're here.
And even if it's earning £250 this month, insane. That means that you're going like that, not like that. I just say just go for it. And I think it holds so many people back. Like, so many people have got the fear of being seen at the beginning, or being seen being seen with 0 followers, having a Instagram that, you know, it's not kicked off yet. You've not got a first sale, and it stops so many people now because we've got this real disparity of, like, the people that are up here and then the people that are starting. Like, just find the people that can help you get over that first stepping stone, then the next. But don't try and do it all on your own. I did. I used to Google everything because I thought it was better than a £20 investment.
Yeah, I held a lot of pride in figuring it out myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, a lot of pride around it.
Yeah.
I was just, I'll figure it out. I don't need anyone.
Yeah.
Now,
I get it.
Now I've got a business partner. I'm like, Lauren!
Yeah, having the
Help
right people is so important because business is lonely. I sacked my boss and then I ended up having about 900 bosses and, like, my members and my clients and whatever. You need people to be able to speak to.
100%.
But yeah, if you're looking at starting, what does it take to get over that first stepping stone?
Great advice.
Yeah, and then the rest will just arrive.
And where can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at The Breakthrough Society, same on TikTok, and then the Beyond the Breakthrough pod, which is just more of these rants. No, joking.
I love
it.
But
it's advice as well, but yeah, it's just more of the download free talk. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for having me.
That was great.
Thank you.